So a fraction over a fraction, all you need to do is just multiply the bottom of the lower fraction on top and multiply the top of the lower fraction on the bottom of the top fraction. So this will become 3 times 5 over 9 times 4. And therefore this 3 would reduce to 1 and this 9 become 3. And therefore you have 5 over 12. How about if we have x minus 1 How about if we have x minus 1 over x squared minus 9 over x squared minus 1 over x plus 3. Again, we do the same thing. So this gets multiplied there and this gets multiplied there. So you have x minus 1 times x plus 3 all over x squared minus 9 times x squared minus 1. I think the next thing you want to do is start factoring the difference of squares on the bottom. Which x squared will give you x minus 3, x squared minus 9 will give you x minus 3, x plus 3. And x squared minus 1 will just give you x minus 1, x plus 1. And therefore, x plus 3 here cancels with the x plus 3, x minus 1 here will cancel with the x minus 1. And so what you have left, you have just 1 left on top because both of them cancel. So just make sure that you have 1 left on top. Some people will just ignore the 1 on top and they write the answer as x minus 3, x plus 1, and they don't have 1 on top of that. That would be wrong. And what you have left on the bottom is x minus 3, x plus 1. Okay. So I'm going to show you. I'm just going to leave that top one on top there just so that I'll show you what kind of shortcuts you could take as well. So how about if we have x squared minus x minus 6 over x minus 2 and we have x minus 3 here over x squared minus 4. So this is the main fraction right here. So this is your division sign. You remember, like if you have a fraction on top of a fraction, it's like this fraction is divided by this fraction. There are other ways that you can do it as well. But let me just take something similar to this. So if we have 5 over 16, and we have 25 over 4. Now you could also reduce the top of the top fraction with the top of the lower fraction. So 5 reduces and 25 reduces to give you 5. And also you could reduce the bottom of the lower fraction with the bottom of the top fraction, and that will give you 4. And now you could say this is 5 over 1. Now 1 gets multiplied into the 1, 5 gets multiplied into the 4. So you get 1 over 20. Yeah. So just to show you that, I'm gonna apply it here. So I'm just gonna maybe do this right here. So this here, I'm going to start factoring the top, x minus 3, x plus 2, because two numbers multiply to give you -6, and add to give you -1 is -3 and 2, all over x minus 2. Now you're dividing by x minus 3, and the bottom of this is x minus 2, x plus 2. Now, as I said, you could reduce the top of the top fraction by the top of the bottom fraction, so x minus 3 cancels. Also, something on the bottom of the top fractions could be reduced with the bottom of the bottom fraction. You could still do that as well, and you get this. And therefore, the bottom of the bottom fraction gets multiplied to the top of the upper fraction, so you'll end up with x plus 2 times x plus 2 will give you x plus 2 squared on top, and then the top of the bottom fraction gets multiplied on the bottom of the top fraction, and that 1 times 1 will just give you 1 underneath. And this is where this finishes. Some students could do this quickly, but you know what? You could always go back to, so if I'm doing this here, since this is your main division, you could just flip this, change the division here to multiplication, and flip the bottom, and that would be 5 over 9. And then you could reduce to 1 to 3, and then you have 5 over 20. So this is, most students like doing it that way, but some students, they start becoming quick with this, and they do what I'm showing you here. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye-bye.